The World Health Organization recently released a devastating report shedding light on South Africa's alarming high rate of suicide cases. South Africa has been identified as having one of the highest suicide rates in the world. To delve into this deepening crisis and explore the impact on families with the aim of raising awareness, News Central's Bongani Siziba sat down with two courageous individuals who have battled their own share and gives us this report.
At 27, he wanted to kill himself, but now he wants to help others learn how to get through life when things look bleak. Struggling and battling the weight of life, Lindokuhle's D-Day for 2024 was January the 2nd. Consumed by his fear of continuing to live, he sent a heartbreaking message on his Facebook page, alarming his followers about his intentions to end his own life. He had already purchased a rope beforehand, fully intending to carry out his devastating plans in the privacy of his home in Tembisa, east of Johannesburg. However, he stopped one step away.
So when I woke up in the morning, I saw myself as a failure. Even though I know I try, but I feel like some people don't even see this. Sometimes I do need support, but I don't know who to ask. So I felt like I'm useless, I'm pointless, I got nothing to do in this world. And really, I felt like I was born for struggle because I'm coming from the struggle. When you're feeling depressed and when you're feeling like you have an emotional breakdown, you don't think straight. You feel like now is the end. You don't think about anyone. I don't know how to explain it, but it's really scary.
Lindokuhle says his past experiences contributed to his suicidal thoughts, and in the grip of his breakdown, he saw no hope and no future.
So I was feeling guilty, I was feeling lonely. The only thing I was thinking about was to kill myself. Yes, because I thought killing myself will bring peace into my life. This was on my mind by the time. Apparently it's the second time I'm trying to do this thing. I tried to do it once in Pretoria. What I did that day, I just overdosed pills. Also, it didn't work. Instead, I was sick. And I was ashamed about it. I didn't tell anyone. I only told my auntie. After like a few weeks, it happened.
The South African Society of Psychiatrists reports that suicide is a prominent cause of death worldwide, with a higher incidence among males than women. Additionally, men in South Africa had higher suicide rates globally. Among the 700,000 plus people who die every year, the suicide rate for men is 12.6 per 100,000, which is much higher than the rate of women of 5.4 per 100,000. Lindokuhle is not the only one who has attempted to take his life. Nomfundo also has a story to tell. I sat down with her at her house in Bryanston, north of Johannesburg, and she narrated the circumstances that almost ended her life.
What triggered mine was finding out that my then husband was lying to me about children, and I tried to commit suicide because we were just newly married, and yeah, I was so hurt. I was so distraught. Got into the bathroom, took pills, and just slept there, hoping that it's not real, kind of thing. It was the first time. But I made it out. I went to hospital, Rosebank Clinic. I was there for a couple of days. And then the second time, was it after I lost my dad? I don't know what triggered me the second time, but I slit my wrists. And my son had to get me out of the bath. I think I was just tired of life. I was tired of the mistruths that are happening. I was just tired. You know the thing, I was still a journalist, running around, traveling a lot, raising my son alone. And yeah, I was exhausted. And I thought the way out, I mean, my son comes from a well-off family. they'll take care of him, so things will be fine. Yeah, I cut my wrist. I tried this one, it didn't work, and I tried this one. I thought it worked, and he picked me out from the path. Sorry.
Listening to her story reminds one that the challenges that people encounter can have a significant impact on their mental health, prompting people like Nomfundo to consider severe measures. Suicide, according to mental health specialists, is a complicated phenomenon caused by a collection of causes rather than a single one.
Well, so when we visit our communities and we've been doing school talks, we've noticed amongst the learners that there are a variety of issues that they're going through, from abuse to bullying to trauma from crimes and severe depression from the situations that they are in. So there's a lot of psychosocial issues that people go through. And if they leave it untreated in most cases, then it does prolong into suicidal ideation and thoughts.
Across the country, there are indicators of a mental health crisis among young people, and according to the Department of Education, in 2023 alone, about 40 students from Gauteng schools reportedly killed themselves. Lindokuhle and Nomfundo's tales are just two of millions affected by the silent conflict that individuals confront on a daily basis. Health experts say it is critical to highlight these challenges, raise mental health awareness, and urge people to seek treatment. The most valuable lesson both of them want to pass down is that life will throw you curveballs as it did to them and continues to do, but you can survive and thrive.
Depression is not a once-off thing. It comes and goes. There are good days, there are bad days. So you need to have words of affirmation for yourself. I started buying a lot of books that talk to self-healing. I read my Bible. I speak to positive people.
I'll never do such a thing. This will make me a failure. And I'm not a failure. I was born to win, so I'll never do that. I'll never.
Although national statistics on suicide is not available, there are other troubling factors. South Africa's Depression and Anxiety Association reports an increase in mental health related emergencies in 2023 compared to previous years. Meanwhile, accurate statistics on suicide in Africa are difficult to get due to underreporting, stigma, and poor data collection. Current data, however, indicates that suicide rate is rising across several countries in Africa. In Johannesburg, for News Central, I am Bongani Siziba.